pressure and reflexes, Doctor.
What's that? You've never used anything like that on me, Andrew.
Times change, Sarah. We've got a new doctor at Dixon Mills.
I don't trust him.
Sarah, if Dr. Locke hurts you, I'll never forgive myself.
But he could make a mistake and kill me.
Sarah, in that case, I'd never speak to him again. Dr. Sellers here. All right, Jeannie, all right. Take it easy now. Can you get in here?
I tried, Andrew. I can't.
Oh, where's Lou?
He's busy. I didn't want to worry him.
All right, honey, I understand. Are you at home? Where are you?
Doctor, there's a new patient outside asking for you.
Oh.
What is it, Doctor?
Jean Jordan. She's panic-stricken.
Jordan? I don't remember seeing the name in the file.
Lou and Jean, they've never been sick a day in their lives. She's in a phone booth about 3 miles west down the highway. How quick can you get over there?
Right away. Wagon out front?
Yes, but I haven't repacked it yet. Hello, Sally.
Your pain? Where? Never mind that. Help me get her into the car. We'll take her back to the office.
No, take me home. I'll be fine.
When did you first feel the pain?
It wasn't exactly a pain. It was a twinge.
Mrs. Jordan, how long have you been having these fainting spells?
Never before. This one came on suddenly.
Mrs. Jordan, the human body has its own set of warning signals. Pain is one, weakness and fainting are others. And when we ignore these signals, we get into trouble.
But I felt perfectly fine. This was the first time that it happened.
Your condition is too far advanced for this to be a sudden attack. Which means for some time now you have felt pain and weakness and discomfort.
If people came running to you with every little scratch or headache, you'd have more work than you could handle.
We would have less work, Mrs. Jordan. If you'd come to us immediately, your condition could have been arrested more easily.
There's no problem. I'm trying to tell you.
All right, there is no problem. You are not sick. I am not concerned. Where's your husband?
Look at me. Do I act sick?
You are lying in bed resting. You do not have to lift, bend, and move around. Besides, I gave you a strong enough sedative to knock out a mule.
Jeannie, what happened?
Mr. Jordan, I'm Dr. Locke.
It's all right. I'm okay.
Can I speak to you for a moment?
Please, let me tell him.
Mr. Jordan, I don't want to frighten you. And I can't be sure until we get her into the office. But it appears that your wife has an ulcer of the duodenum. Now, with proper medication, we may be able to avoid surgery altogether.
Surgery?
We won't know for sure until we run some tests. But at any rate, your wife is going to need a few months of rest, medication, and diet.
But she was perfectly fine a couple of hours ago.
Please, I ask you not to worry him.
I want him to worry. It's important that he worry.
Look, I'll show you.
I gave her a strong sedative.
You shot stuff into her?
Just don't anybody worry.
This girl never even had a cold since she was 10.
Mr. Jordan, your wife was in serious trouble. Dr. Locke probably saved her life. The ulcer had perforated.
You get out of here, both of you! I swear to heaven, I'll have the law on you. You gave her drugs. You put things in her and you didn't even have permission. Now you pull that junk out of her arm and you get out of here.
We all school should work.
TV.
Lou, you're talking like a fool.
Don't tell me what I know. Now, he's a hustler. He's a carpetbagger. Now, he came up here. Why, Dan? To Dixon Mills, of all places? A man with his so-called background leaves the big city? Would you leave a gold mine to pan for nuggets?
He wanted to do this kind of thing.
Wanted to? Or had to? Anybody check him out? I mean, what is he but something that just blew in here?
Andrew checked him out.
Andrew was desperate for any help he could get. Now we're stuck with him.
Lou, you're being unreasonable. Jean called Andrew.
Andrew! Andrew! Not that needle-happy quack. You know, he injected her. She had a dizzy spell, that's all she had. Do you ever remember her taking a day off? You remember her being sick?
Lou, go home.
To what? You want to see her now? And he's got her so she's afraid to move. Every time she gets a stitch, she panics.
He told her the truth.
He threatened her with surgery. Now, she was the healthiest girl in the world until that man came along and turned her into an invalid.
Tired
Tired.
and disgusted enough to pack up and go back with me?
Just tired.
Well, I can hope, can't I?
Hello, Joe. Andrea Howard, Mr. Joe Burnett.
Doctor, Miss Howard?
Miss Howard's going to be with us for a few days, Joe. How's that now?
No better, no worse.
Can I see her?
We've called Andrew.
I've been taking care of her, Joe.
No need to bother. We'll wait for Andrew. Thank you.
That's the 5th one today.
The 3 others let me in.
I can't believe you're thrilled with those odds.
Come on, let's go.
All right, right down. That's it. One more. Okay. Hey, what a surprise. Take over, George.
Just a little lunch with love.
Well, after a week of eating out of a can, anything's a banquet. Now, you're looking well. How you feel?
Did you ever know me not to feel fine?
Doctors. It's because it's their business to make people well. Everybody looks sick to them.
It's just like your business, Lou. Well, no car ever sounds good to you. You can always make something run a little better, right? Anyway, the only reason I stayed in bed for a few days was so you'd appreciate my cooking.
People like the Jordans just can't believe they can get sick.
But she is sick.
Lou feels it's an admission of weakness to give in.
She's afraid of him. If she stubbed her toe, she wouldn't say ouch in front of that ox.
Now, if you thought a man had married you for your beautiful hair, would you confess to him it's a wig?
So Simon takes the blame.
Because Dr. Locke is an idiot. Doctor, I'm going to let people know that Jean Jordan's condition was aggravated by her husband's pig-headedness.
You'll do no such thing.
We could have gotten to her in plenty of time for a simple, effective cure if only she hadn't been afraid to admit it.
It's over. What good will it do to burden Lou with that kind of guilt?
Now, Doctor, we each will practice medicine in his own way. You made that perfectly clear to me from the very first day you got here.
You'll destroy him. You're saying if his wife dies, he killed her.
Is that Dr. Locke I hear? You said you wanted to practice medicine. Well, practice medicine and leave the old maid meddling to me.
Doctor, Jean Jordan is my patient. Now, unless Dixon Mills has its own set of medical ethics, I am still in charge of the case.
In charge of what case? You have no cases. As long as you insist on taking the blame, you're no good to me here. My patients will not allow you to treat them. So you better let me tell them or...
Right. The people here don't want you. He doesn't seem too anxious to keep you up.
Oh, don't get me wrong, young lady. I'm not his campaign manager. And in a popularity contest, he wouldn't win my vote. But they're saying he's no good. That means they're challenging my ability to judge the competency of a physician of my choice. And that I will not stand for.
Hey, anything wrong?
No, you just adjusted my brakes too tight.
Strongest boy in the class. Getting stronger every day. You know, I can't wait to have kids. I might start me a whole new breed.
Oh, you make it sound like animal husbandry.
Well, you don't think I married you for your looks, do you? I wanted the healthiest girl in the class. Queen bee. Build me a hive.
Lou, I'm not a lad specimen.
You're all I've ever wanted. You're ugly. You're not too bright. Penniless.
But healthy.
Like an ox.
Oh, save it for dinner. I haven't recovered from the last one yet.
Well, I gotta go. Ed, you wouldn't believe it to look at her. She's a new girl. She's the old Jean. She got that idea out of her head that he put in there. Now she's purring on all cylinders.
Just coffee, Ed. Don't let me stop you, Lou. Keep right on talking.
Hey, Andrew. Come on, I'm not mad at you.
Well, I'm certainly glad to hear that.
It's that other guy running out there. Jeannie called you. Now, what was it his business? Shooting her full of drugs, making her sick.
Well, we've all had to live with Simon Locke. He was a hothead when he got here, and he's a hothead as he leaves.
You fired him? You see, Ed? I told you he was a hustler from the first day.
And a troublemaker. Stuck his nose in the medical problems just because they were there. Nobody asked him, nobody begged him. He just saw that somebody was sick, and he stuck his 2 cents worth in.
It's not like you at all, Andrew.
No. He's just a doctor, Lou. That's all he is. And a better one than I'll ever be.
Hey, he's your mistake. That's why you're on his side.
You're wrong, Lou. I'm on the side of good health.
It's Mrs. Wynn. Lou, your wife's in bad shape. Will Justin just brought her in.
Will, grab him and hold him till Dan Palmer gets here.
Lou, I don't want to worry, Lou.
She's hemorrhaging. He's going in. She's down.
Let's keep her low enough.
You're not going to do the complete pyloroplasty and vagotomy.
No, just patch and pray.
Can you go in that far?
Blindfolded. I watched him work during his surgical residency.
There's a problem.
I'll fix this one up.
I can't get that one. Sponges. More sponges.
Shut him up!
Let him scream.
Andrew! She's not sick! God! What are you doing to her?
Lou, get out of here. You'll contaminate the room.
Don't touch her!
Get him out of here!
Lou,
Dan, don't let her go near her.
calm down, Lou. Andrew?
She's bleeding internally. It has to be stopped.
Dan, she's not sick. He's wrong.
Lou!
Get him out of here!
Dan! Stop the bleeding!
They're doing their best.
How do we know? How do we ever know? Oh, she's my life. Don't let her die. Please.
Those aren't big enough. Bigger sponges.
Hold on, I'll wipe. Simon.
I lost the artery. Where is it? Where is it?
There it is.
Sponges. More sponges.
Simon, by any chance, did you get permission to operate?
Lou, it's all right now.
I didn't think of having to leave alone.
Stay. There's with your ability. There's room for an army of specialists here.
You're a nut. A first-class, real live nut. The last of a dying breed. You expect me to catch the dedication disease? Well, I can't.
I saw the way you worked on that woman. Felt good having you close.
How about now?
Better.
Simon, they don't want you here. They told you, and they showed you. And now you're probably even in legal trouble for saving a life.
It will pass. When no emergency comes along,
That's the life you want. Waiting for an emergency so you can prove yourself to them. I'd die watching you suffer.
You silly girl. Foolish baby. Why'd you let them touch you? All you ever needed was rest.
Lou, this is only the beginning. Jean needs major surgery.
Surgery? He just did it.
I just patched her up. Like a tire with a hole in it.
Then it's over.
No, it'll hold long enough to get her to a hospital for the real job.
I don't know that. I know what you're telling me, that's all. I don't know what happened. Okay. But you know now. And I'll do everything I can to see you never get a chance to butcher anyone again.
Simon, I have to tell him.
No.
If it hadn't been for Dr. Locke...
Please, let me tell him. It was my fault, Lou. my fault. I was so proud of my good health that I didn't let on that I was sick. I hid it from you. And it wasn't a little pain. It hurt. It hurt so much I could hardly breathe.
Oh, he's talking you into it.
You know what I was really worried about? Being less than perfect for you, Lou. Being less than some perfect human specimen that you'd admire and love. A queen bee. A motor that didn't miss a beat. Simon, thank you.
That makes everything all right.
Nobody said that. But you could make it easier for her.
I sat in that waiting room when I got here. I heard them talking about him. They don't trust him. If they do take him, it's when they're unconscious. Or you're not around. Tell me I'm wrong and I'll stay. I wasn't really hurt when you ran off and left me without a word. Now I know why.
It bothered you. I was wrong to do it.
It didn't bother me. You're a fool. Who cares about being rejected by a fool?
Stay.
Tell me why.
40 years ago, I asked myself the same question. I'm not sure I know the answer, but I'm still here.
You're a throwback to the days when people did kind things for each other without thinking of themselves. It's out of the same mold. Simon, come with me. They don't want you here.
But I want to be here.
He wants you to stay.
I can't. I couldn't endure his pain.
You should have gone with her.
And leave all my new friends?
You're watching Retro TV, the best in classic television.
What in heaven's name did you hit her for?
How many times do I have to tell you I didn't strike her? I never harmed her.
She has a broken arm, hasn't she?
Maybe so. But it has nothing to do with me.
You're finished. You know that.
I am not finished. Confound it, man. My whole career is thrown into this election.
Well, what do you propose to do? Pay her the money she asks?
£2,000? Don't be ridiculous.
Now listen to me, Geoffrey. The party's depending on your seat in the Commons. If that woman makes a public statement that you attacked her and broke her arm, you'll be lucky if you get one vote.
And it makes no difference that I happen to be innocent.
Not a whit. In your position, an accusation is just as damaging as a conviction. You've got to withdraw.
No.
Very well. I'll do it for you.
I'm going to fight for my very life. I know someone who might help me, even if you won't.
You've got 3 days to clear this matter up or get out. On Sunday evening, I'm going to make a statement, one way or the other.
I thought you were my campaign manager. Not my accuser.
3 days, remember. Marriage bureau. Idiot.
So I went to a marriage bureau. She seemed a very charming sort of woman, cultured and good background and all that.
Yes, but a marriage bureau?
Yes, I've lived in the country for a long time now. I just never seem to meet any woman except the most ineligible and unattractive ones. I've been lonely these past few years since my wife died.